Hi, this is the first in a series of 5 videos introducing Microsoft Word to students in sections 4 and 6 of Rhode Island College CIS 251. This video will discuss Word's user interface, the different parts of its screen, and what they do. In the other videos, we'll use the interface features to create, edit, and format documents. If you can, open Word on your computer and follow what I do on the screen in the video. You can pause the video, carry out an activity on your computer, and restart the video. I especially recommend that you do that if you haven't used a ribbon-based version of Microsoft Word before. You start Word the same as any other application. From the taskbar, if it's previously been pinned there, from the Start menu, if it's been pinned there, or from the list that pops out under All Programs, where it will probably be in a folder called Microsoft Office or Microsoft Office 2013. No matter how you start it, you'll get this screen when it opens. At the left of the screen, here, is a list of documents I've worked on recently. You'll have a different list. If you just installed Word, or if this is the first time you launch it on a RIC computer, you may have no list at all. Click at the bottom, down here, to open any other existing document. Perhaps one you worked on a long time ago, so it fell off the bottom of the recently used list. To the right, in this part of the window, are templates you can use to create new documents. You may see more or fewer per line depending on how wide your window is. If you want to go beyond those templates, enter a search term in the box at the top of the page here, and Word will try to find templates that match it. For example, entering car for sale, and click the magnifying glass, find these templates. Try a different search term and see what you get. Let's return to that page and start a new blank document. Clicking the blank document template brings us to Word's working screen where we'll spend most of our time. It has 4 parts: the quick access toolbar here, the ribbon across the screen here, the main work area here, and the status bar at the bottom. Let's take these from the top down. The quick access toolbar at the top left holds tools that come in handy no matter what you're doing or what else is showing. It starts with 4 tools: a Word icon that lets you work with a Word window, a tool to save the current document, note the tooltip that tells you what it is when you mouse over it, an undo tool for when you realize that you just made a mistake, can't undo now because I haven't done anything yet, and a redo tool for when you realize that you meant to do that after all. The redo tool becomes a repeat tool when there isn't anything to redo. For example, if you just made some text bold and you select other text, the redo tool will make that text bold too. The Word icon here essentially duplicates the window manipulation tools at the top right corner of the screen here. The others come in handy often though. In particular, save your work every few minutes. That way, if something like a power failure happens, you won't be tearing your hair out over 3 hours work down the drain. Yes, it happens. It's not pretty, and it doesn't have to happen to you. The down arrow at the right of the quick access toolbar lets you customize the toolbar. I'm going to add a quick print tool by clicking here. It prints the current document with the most recently used settings. There it is. If you don't find the command you want in this list, click More Commands down here to see them all. I'm going to dismiss this, cancel. You can customize Word on your own computer, of course. You can also customize Word on RIC Lab computers. Your settings will be in effect when you return to that same computer. They will not be available on other RIC Lab computers, even if you're logged in, and they will not affect anyone else who uses the computer where you customized Word. Below the quick access toolbar here is the ribbon. It has several tabs across the top of the ribbon here. Each tab shows a group of related tools. If you want to insert something into a document, for example, such as a graphic, chances are you'll find what you need under the Insert tab, and there it is. If something isn't where you expect it to be, look around. There are changes from release to release. It may have moved. The ribbon will look familiar if you've used Word 2007 or 2010 for Windows, or Word 2011 on a Mac. However, the Design tab here is new, and some items have moved around. Expect this to happen with every new release of Word. For that reason, try to concentrate on the concepts of what's going on and not obsess over memorizing where everything is. When you move to Word 2016 or Word 2020 at work, things are going to be in new places. It's important to practice finding things when you know what you want to do, but not how to do it. We'll revisit this theme over the next few weeks. Some sections of the ribbon, go back to the home ribbon, have squares with arrows at their bottom right corners, such as here, 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 here. Those access additional options. For example, suppose you want double strike through of text. You see single strike through in the font section right there, but not double strike through. You're fairly sure Word has it though. It's in the dialog box that opens when you click this square here. Cancel that. You can customize the ribbon just as we customize the quick access toolbar. Open the customization toolbox via More Commands here and click Customize Ribbon over here. You can change the content of existing tabs, rearrange tabs, create new tabs, and more. We won't do that now, but feel free to play with it. The Reset button down here always restores the default tabs if you get into trouble. Cancel. You can move through the ribbon tabs quickly using the scroll wheel, if your mouse has one, or scrolling gestures on your trackpad or touchscreen whenever the pointer is over the ribbon. Scrolling down moves to the right from home to view like that. Scrolling up moves left back toward home. That's a quick way to return to the home tab after working in another tab. At the left of the ribbon tabs is the word File, like a ribbon tab, but in a different color. It opens what Microsoft calls Backstage View. The tabs are for working with document content. Backstage View is for working with documents themselves. This is where, for example, you save a document you've been working on, give it a name, and put it somewhere in your computer's file system or in your OneDrive. The first time you save a document, Save and Save As right below it do the same. After that, Save saves the current version of the document, replacing whatever you saved earlier. Save As lets you give the current version a new name and location, leaving the previously saved version untouched. Backstage View also has down here an options section to customize how Word behaves. For example, look at the Circuits and Stripes theme at the top right of this window. I'm going to click Options and change that to Circuits. Circuit. That setting will stay in effect as soon as I click OK to confirm until I change it again. There it is. I also used options to turn off grammar checking in my copy of Word because I personally don't find it useful. Others may like it though. Nobody can tell you what's right or wrong in things like these. Word is a tool, not a master. Set it up so it works for you. Next on the screen is Word's work area. That's where you see the document you're working on. It has a vertical scroll bar at the right. If your window isn't wide enough to show the full width of your page, you'll also get a horizontal scroll bar at the bottom. That can happen easily if you zoom in to examine a detail. The next 4 videos will all work in this area. At the bottom is a blue status bar. At the left, it shows what page we're on. There's only one page in this document right now. And how many words are in our document? 0. If you select part of a document, it will also tell you how many words are in the part you have selected. To the right of center are 3 tools to select document viewing modes. First is Read Mode, which makes your document look like an ebook on an ebook reader, like a Nook or a Kindle or a tablet. You can't edit documents in Read Mode, but sometimes you just want to read them. Next is Print Layout View, where you see the document as it would be printed. We'll usually use that. Finally, Web Layout View lets you see how a document would look on the web. I don't recommend using Word to create web pages. There are better tools for doing that, including several that are free or inexpensive. We won't use Web Layout View in this course. If you want to create web pages, I suggest taking CIS 324 down the road. There are a couple of other viewing modes at the left of the view ribbon up here, but these down here in the status bar are the most useful. Finally, at the right end of the status bar are the zoom slider and zoom level indicator. You can make the page up to 5 times larger, 500% zoom. I'm going to drag the slider all the way to the right, which, as you see, gives us a horizontal scroll bar at the bottom of the work area, or up to 10 times, down to 10 times smaller, 10% zoom. Small views, such as there's 53%, give you an overall idea of how a page appears from a layout point of view. Is the text balanced on the page or scrunched up at the top? It can be hard to tell when the text is large enough to read and edit easily. You can move the slider by dragging it, as I just did, or clicking where you'd like it to be. I'll click around 50%. 53, close enough. Clicking the plus and minus signs at the ends of the scroll of the slider move the zoom by 10% steps up and down. And finally, clicking the zoom level indicator opens this dialog box, which gives you more control over zooming. Cancel. That completes our quick tour of the Microsoft Word user interface. In the next video, we'll create a document and see how formatting works.